It has been widely reported that the Morrison government want to make national security a focus of the coming election, amping up the prospect of war against a superpower is the most dangerous election tactic in Australian history. It is a tactic employed by irresponsible politicians who are desperate to hang on to power at any cost. And as the Lowy Institute's Natasha Kassam has pointed out, the PRC's narrative has long been that the only options available to Taiwan are unification or war. So Mr. Dutton does Australians and Taiwanese no favours by amplifying Beijing's fatalism. This is the worst in a litany of cases of the Morrison-Joyce government seeking to use foreign policy and national security for political advantage. One of the most shameless examples is when Mr. Morrison was asked a question about the French president calling him a liar. And he proved the point by telling a new lie, fabricating that the Labor leader, I'm going to quote this, the Labor leader backed in the Chinese government and a number of others by having a crack at me as well. It is true China has changed and our relationship has become harder to manage. But desperately playing politics on China whenever he is in trouble does nothing to strengthen Mr. Morrison's authority with Australians or with Beijing. The underlying point, though, is that there is now an overwhelming body of evidence to show that Mr. Morrison's base instinct is always to lie and blame others. He lies about being at the front of the queue, about being in Hawaii during the bushfires, about electric vehicles and about vaccine mandates. He lies about the mistakes he makes, like describing Australia's position on Taiwan as one country, two systems. He lies about others, like Anthony Albanese and even the French president, and then he tells new lies to deny his old lies. He has rendered his own word worthless, and Australians can no longer believe a word he says. And neither can world leaders, who will never trust him again after he leaked private text messages, which in fact proved that President Macron did not know what was coming, exposing another lie. Mr. Morrison does not have the character to be the custodian of Australian interests in the world, and when he lies, Australia loses.